Overall, the headline is globally, we see improvement in the economy, but we do see it uneven in various parts of the world. And a lot of that driven by weak labor markets or tight credit markets, and just varying rates of consumer confidence, because those things are very, very important overall to growth rates in any country around the world. We do see the global industry growing at about 5 to 10%, albeit it's again going to be a bit uneven. Here in the U.S., we're seeing modest growth, and we can all define what modest means, but it is modest, and the good news is it's growing versus last year. In places like Asia Pacific, China, India, we're seeing pretty robust growth. And in Europe, we are seeing less growth, and part of that is due to the scrappage programs that have come off, but also, at the same time, the austerity measures that have been put in place by some of the various European governments. Consumer spending, we see fairly tepid, both here in the U.S. and in Europe, again, for many of the same factors that I mentioned before. And overall, the central banks are being very accommodating in terms of their fiscal policies and as it relates to interest rates to really spur economic growth coming off a very weak period. And then finally, as the other factors that we look at that impact our business, obviously exchange rates, and they are what they are, and it's important for us to focus on the things that we can control, but also understand those things do impact us and require us to take appropriate actions. And then finally, commodities. We've seen a bit improvement in the commodities, but as you know, commodities are a point in time, and they do tend to change from not only from quarter to quarter, but month to month, and some days day to day. So we just remain flexible. So the bottom line on the external environment, as you can see here, it remains challenging, and but at the same time, we are seeing modest growth, and we think that's a good thing going forward. Now, if you go to the next slide, the external environment certainly influences us as we implement our plan. And the good thing is we've had the One Ford plan now for almost 4 years now. And it's been very important for us, and you can see the 4 elements here. It's restructuring the business to operate profitably at the current levels of demand, produce the products that people really want and value and accelerate that, finance the plan, and also work together. And it's very simple, but I have to tell you, in an environment over the past couple of years where there's been a lot of tumultuousness in the industry, this has been a wonderful beacon and it's like a rudder in the boat that keeps us on course to where we're heading and doesn't really allow us to get distracted of things that are going on out there, although we're obviously aware of them and we react to them. So as you look at the plan, let's go through some of the elements of that plan, and what I'd like to do is just go to the next slide and talk about each element for a bit. The first element, restructure the business. You can see here we've taken a lot of actions as a business to get the structure of the business right. It required, obviously, taking a lot of operating cost out of the business. You can see that since the end of 2005, we have taken out about $10 billion of operating costs. And that's been a combination of taking out capacity, of which we'll have 40% out by 2011. And we're almost there. We have 2 more plants to close next year, which is our Twin Cities facility in Minnesota and our plant up in Canada. Also, we've had to say goodbye to a lot of folks in the Ford family. But at the end of the day, very important to get the structure right and working with our UAW partners to make a lot of progress on getting more competitive and really eliminating that gap to other competitors in the marketplace. And then finally, making a lot of progress in how we bring products to marketplace, both from an efficiency standpoint, but also from a timing standpoint, because product is so important, and it is our lifeblood, and hopefully we had a chance to see some of our products that are coming to the market right now out in the courtyard there. And I'm a little biased. I think they're the best in the industry. And we certainly encourage you to drive one. So if you get a chance, we really would appreciate a chance to allow you to do that. So.